Although they look tough, they live in a very harsh environment. They're not quite as tough as we think they are. These ones, at the slightest disturbance or people stepping on them or trampling on them, can snap very quickly. So they're quite fragile. Whereas the ones in the dunes, they are a lot more flexible and can bend with the wind, and that's how they have evolved. They also can be severely damaged by people standing on them, and as few as 60 or 70 passes, people trampling on them can cause them to die and blow away in the wind. And what you have then is exposed parts of sand. The sand blows away and you begin to get erosion. So this type of erosion is human-caused erosion. Human erosion rather than what we think of as coastal erosion from storms. So that's how we can have a real negative impact on our coastal dune and beach systems.
Unfortunately, these activities of ours are damaging to sand dunes. Sliding down the dune face, wild camping, campfires, team sports training, roaming dogs stressing sheep, cattle and ground nesting birds.
So here we are in the heart of the dune, where you have lots of vegetation holding the sand in place and a real variety of vegetation giving great biodiversity, and it's great for the pollinators. But as soon as you move out of this really thick, lush vegetation here into an area where people have been using to cross the dune, you can see it's become trampled down and there's a lot less vegetation here. And as we move over here then, you begin to see areas of bare sand where the vegetation is dying back to the point where it's really exposed here and free for the sand to move off and be eroded by the wind. And if we continue on over here, we can see how more and more impacts by people over time can lead the dune to become really destabilized, where there are big areas of dry sand free to blow away, and that's blowing the dune away and causing this big breach in the dune that can be very easily accessed by storms and waves, further eroding the dune. So that combination of our impact and climate change and storm impacts really destabilizes the dune and that barrier that we have to coastal storms. Some of the activities that are particularly damaging to dunes include trampling, as we have seen, from walking, from running, and general just activity in the dunes. Other things like wild camping can really have a devastating effect, especially where wildfires may get out of control and damage large sections of the dune. Coastal dunes, they protect us, so let's protect them.